Good morning everyone and welcome to my craft room. As you know, my name's Julianne Richards and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in southern Tasmania. Just bear with me for a minute and I'll make sure that my volume is working. Hopefully working. Let's have a look. Yep, that looks like it's working. I've got my new external mic plugged in today, so hopefully it will work okay and you'll be able to hear this nice and clearly. If you have any trouble, just put something in the comments and I'll see what I can do. And see, I've got a few on already. Good morning, Sally. If you jump on, please, please yell out. Let me know who you are and where you're watching from. I'd love to know. Anyway, today I'm going to be crafting with the Handsomely Suited bundle. I realise that many people who aren't demonstrators can't actually get hold of this bundle until the 5th of January. But if you really love it, you can actually get hold of it if you join my team and you can pop it in your starter kit. So I don't feel too bad. That's from the 1st of December. So if you really love the suite we're going to be using today and you absolutely can't wait until the 5th of January, please yell out and we can talk about you joining my team as a demonstrator and you can get that nice and early. But otherwise, you'll be all ready to go once the orders start on the 5th of January with this one. But anyway, just a little bit of mindless self-promotion before I get started. We've got the new Celebration and mini catalogues coming in, soon, as I said, from the 5th of January. If you haven't got a demonstrator and you live in Australia, you'd like me to pop a couple of those in the mail for you, I'd be very happy to do so. I'm going to put my order in on the 1st of December. That's as soon as I possibly can. And then I'll be able to get these out to you, the second week of December, so drop me a line. Second piece of mindless self-promotion is my class by mail, which I'm running at the moment. This is my December fun fold class. There's 3 cards there, so we've got a little bit different. I'm not actually looking at one particular bundle or one particular piece of cardstock this time. I'm actually looking at fun fold cards, and we've got 3 examples of fun fold cards there. There's a twisted easel. This one's a crisscross envelope, and this one is and I've got to remember now, I think it was a double point flap, which is quite unusual actually. It's got 2 areas there, which is quite nice. So these 3 cards are the samples from my December class. And what you get when you enroll is the little card packs there. Basically all you need to do is add your own adhesives and your sentiment stamps, and you basically can produce those cards that I've just shown you. The 3 cards come in separate little kits. Everything's all scored and die cut and put through the embossing folder, and you've got your little embellishments and your cord there as well. So everything you need, as I say, all you need are your embellishments and your sentiment stamps, and you can create 3 very pretty cards there. So if that interests you as well, pop onto my Facebook page and find the post where I've got the details of that, or send me a message. And I've also got, and I can't find the 3rd card, it must have gone missing, it's fallen down the back of something. I am still offering my red velvet class all the way through to Christmas. This is 2 of the cards. The 3rd one is missing. It's gone missing in action in my craft room, but it's very pretty as well. So if you like the look of those cards, I'm still actually offering this class right through to Christmas as well. So you can drop me a line about that one as well. So you get the 3 cards, same sort of deal, you get the little kits that I showed you with the other card. So all you need to do is add your adhesives and your sentiments. So if you like that one as well, just got message. There's a post. Decide you want to do both of those classes, just drop me a line. I'm sure we can come to some sort of mates rates agreement if you want to do both of those. Okay, so as I say, we're going to be using the Handsomely Suited bundle to do some masculine cards. I don't know about you guys, but I really struggle with masculine cards. It seems so easy to put a beautiful flower or some sort of that sort of thing on a card for the ladies in our lives. But when it comes to my dads and my brothers and my husband and my sons, I have a real trouble, which means they often miss out or they get something that's I'm not really happy with. But this bundle is so good. So when you see it in the catalogue for the 5th of January, we have the stamp set. We have some dies, which I'll show you in a moment. It comes also with some really nice twine and some really, really nice designer series paper. Where is it? It's over here. Really nice designer series paper, which has some really lovely sort of masculine, sort of like shirt, obviously because you're making a suit, sort of shirt and cardigan type papers that you can use when you're making your little suits or your cards here. So yeah, it's a really lovely little bundle, and you know, very handy to have there for the men in our lives. Okay, so excellent. So I'm going to make a couple of cards with this one. I did the calendar and the tuxedo last time, so I realised that I didn't actually touch the stamp set at all. So I'm going to be using the stamp set for at least one of these cards today. So we're going to do 2. I've actually got everything all cut and ready to go. I won't bring it in yet because I'll ruin the surprise. So the first one, we're going to be using that cute little tie from the die set and the sentiments, come out you, and some of the beautiful paper as well. So I won't show you everything yet. You leave a bit for the reveal. Oh, no, you've already seen it. Anyway, apologies while I muck around here. I'll put both my cards in the same envelope and they're all mixed up. Okay, so I'm going to make a square card. I'm actually going to make 2 square cards. I really like square cards. You can actually see, you can get so much more decoration on them, especially for the design that I've worked out for this one. So it's actually a 5.5 inch card. It's also good, you know, if you're taking it to the office and everyone has to sign. There's a bit more room there for everyone to sign if you happen to be doing it for a group. It's a 5.5 inch square card, which means it's 11 inches by 5.5, and I've scored it in the middle. So this is Night of Navy, and I've got a comparable sort of 1/4 inch smaller Whisper White for the inside. Then I have a 1/4 inch smaller piece of the designer series paper. I think this is really nice, this one. It's sort of like a plaid shirt, that sort of thing. And I'll show you the other side. That's sort of got like a weave, like a, I don't know, like a tweed jacket or something, so that'd be quite nice as one of the suit elements. So I'm going to use this blue edge side here. The paper, the colours in it, I think are, there's a the Night of Navy, obviously, and black, and then it's Poppy Parade, and there's a grey and a lighter, which I think is Pacific Point in there as well. So there's lots of good colours you can match up there. So what I'm going to do is, as I say, I've got that smaller piece of designer series paper. And then I've got another panel of Night of Navy, which is, which measurements elude me, I'll have to check my paper, bear with me, which is 4.5 inches square. And then another panel of the Whisper White, which is 1/8 of an inch smaller, so that'd be 4 3/8 square, so like that. And then the star of the show, I've used the dies from the set. So not the suit dies this time. I've actually used, and they're coming out all over. I've used the tie die, the die which is a tie, not tie-dyed. And I've cut from the designer series paper, which I wanted to sort of highlight for you, 4 little ties. So I've used 2 pieces of paper, and I'm using the back side of each one. So I've got 4 different designs there. Here we are. So I think you can see where I'm going with this one. I'm just going to be basically adding those to the top there like that. So we've got a nice row of ties there, and I think that's quite effective on its own. So we'll layer this one up. It's going to be a very short video because I have actually prepared everything. The second card will take a little bit longer because there's some colouring to do. So I'm just going to add the paper with some glue. Thanks everyone who's signing on. I can see some names popping up. I'll have a look in a second. Okay, so I'm going to pop that paper just on there like that. And then I might pop the white onto the blue, the smaller panel. So can anyone tell me how that sound is? Because I know sometimes when I start crafting I put my head down and the sound drops out. That's what I was hoping with my new microphone, that it wouldn't be quite as noticeable. So if someone can just give me if your sound's okay, thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. It's not so bad on Facebook, but I notice when I download it to YouTube it tends to drop out a bit, and YouTube watchers tend to be not very patient, so I tend to get some thumbs down from there. Okay, so with this these two here that I've popped up, I'm going to pop them on dimensionals just to give them a bit of height. Probably should have put the ties on first. I haven't made this one yet. I mean, I knew what I was going to do in my head, but I haven't got an example already made up. Anyway, so you're seeing it happen for the first time. It sounds exciting, doesn't it? Sounds a lot more grand than it actually is. I'm going to pop this on here. It's a shame to cover over that nice paper. You could cut a panel out of the paper that's a bit smaller, so you could use it for something else, but I didn't have my wits around me when I made this one up. Oh, don't stick. Wasn't ready for you to stick yet. Okay, so centre as I can. Good thing with the grids is that you can follow them and you know everything's nice and straight, although I do have it a bit further up than I should, but that's okay. Okay, so that's our first bit there. So then I'm going to actually just glue on our ties. Just like that. So just 4 of them, just straight across. I'll actually do the 2 ends first, and then I can space the other ones nicely. So if I do the 2 ends first, so I know they're the same distances from the edges and straight, and then I can space these ones in between them. Yeah. And because our glue gives us a little bit of wriggle room, I can move it if it's too far one way or the other. Just as well, because that one needs to come over a bit. Could have actually probably marked them with a little pencil just to know I was in the right area. Eek. Come on, you. There we are. That's it. There you are, that's not too bad. There we are. What do we think of that? That's quite cool, isn't it? So I was thinking with the twine I could have wound that around, but I didn't want to take away too much from our cute little ties there, so I think they're quite nice. And as promised, I am going to use the stamp set. There is a really nice, just plain Happy Birthday to You, which I've popped on the second from smallest nested stitched label. So it's Happy Birthday to You. There's a couple of other ones there. You've got your Father's Day, of course. Then you've got To One of the World's Greatest Dads, which is really nice. It's funny, it says To One of the World's Greatest Dads. Usually we tell them that they're the greatest, but this one pulls back a little bit. He's only one of the world's greatest dads. It's quite funny, that took me. Thank you and You're the Best. And we're using You're the Best in the next video as well, so we'll use that also. But you've got your 2 ties there. You could have actually stamped them on paper, onto white paper or coloured paper, and actually coloured them in as well. So it's quite a nice little stamp set anyway. But this time, as I say, I've cut them from the paper with the dies. Where's the dies gone? Back down there. Okay, so we have our little Happy Birthday to You. And my dad's birthday is actually the 28th of December, so he may well get this one for December, for his December birthday. My poor dad, because his birthday's so close to Christmas, it usually, when we were all growing up, it used to get forgotten. I reckon Mum thought she had enough on her table with Christmases and Dad's birthday, so she used to just glide over it somewhat. Poor old Dad. I remember there was one year he got the same birthday card recycled. Mum, after he'd finished getting it, you know, getting his present or not present, getting his card, she'd pop the card back in the drawer and recycle it again for next year. So he got the same To David from Kay, or Kay and the Kids or whatever, card for about 3 years. And I think he caught on to it after about the 3rd year, and he actually wrote the date on it, so she couldn't give it to him again. So poor guy, Mum was well and truly sprung. She couldn't give him the same card for the 5th year. Anyway, poor guy. Anyway, that's all good. He gets separate Christmas presents now that we're all grown up and we can do it ourselves. So I've just popped that nested label there, mounted that on itself, popped some dimensionals on the back, and all I was going to do is just put it over there like that. There we are. There we go. Hopefully that's straight. She's saying you can straighten everything, so that's quite a nice little card. You could pop some bling on there if you wanted to, but you know, I think that's sort of pretty much perfect just the way it is. Then I'll pop this white panel inside. And we might see if we can find a stamp that goes with the happy birthday to you. To one of the world's greatest dads. I suppose it's not making outlandish claims, is it? I haven't actually got the sticker on the back of this one. I'll pop it on later. It is such a new set. I've only used certain ones. What I could do is bring the features of the ties from the outside to the inside. I might pop this one, and we'll use Night of Navy. Night of Navy's looking a little bit worse for wear. I think I might need to refill it or give it a clean up. Pop that just here. Yeah, I like that. And then also in Night of Navy, I'll pop to one of the world's greatest dads. I'm missing it. Got to make sure I get it the right way up since I haven't got the sticker on it yet. Straight. Anyway, that's not too bad. Okay, so there we have it. That's my dad's card for December. It's pretty safe that Dad's not watching my videos, so it'll be a surprise. There we are. Okay, so there we are. We're using the stamp set and the die ties from the handsomely suited bundle there, and the paper, so that's quite nice. There we are. Okay, so I hope you like that one. We'll get on with the second one now. The second one, I decided to recycle an old technique I haven't done for years. Since I started card making, one of the first cards I made, I used this little technique, a little design, and I thought I'd bring it out again for you today with our really cute little bow tie. Where is the bow tie? So I thought, well, if your dad's not a tie dad, he might be a bow tie dad, or husband or son or grandson or whoever. So I thought I would use this cute little tie in the next card. Again, I've got a square piece. It's a 5.5 square card base. This time I'm bringing out the real red. I love the real red. That really makes a statement. So I've got the 5.5 square card base and then a 5 1/4 piece of real red to go over that. And then, oh, hang on, she's made a boo-boo. I was going to show you that side because I've actually already stamped the other side, but I was going to stamp on there, but it's all dirty. So I'm going to actually cut, just bear with me, I'm going to cut myself another piece of Whisper White. Excuse me. I'm going to cut myself another piece of Whisper White to do the stamping on. The other side of that's a bit dirty. So it was 4 1/4, wasn't it? Or 5 1/4. So I want to come back 5 1/4, 5 1/8. Okay. So 5 1/8. So on 5 1/8 square piece of cardstock, and then what I'm going to do is bring in my black, my Memento black ink, and the little bow tie. I'm going to do lots and lots of bow ties on this, sort of like a brick wall pattern. So starting in the middle, I always find it handy, just more easy to start in the middle. And I'm going to need something to back this up so I don't stamp on my little table. I'll just bring a piece of grid paper in. Make sure that's still in the centre. Let's have a look. Am I in the centre? Yes, yes-ish. Okay, so with my black, and I'm going to layer it up like a brick wall. And then, because it's got the cute little bow parts of it, you can actually line it up quite easily with the previous layer. There we are. To just keep on like that. You can do this with any repeating stamp. It's just really, really nice and quite effective there. You can see. I won't keep on with that because I do actually have one that I did yesterday while I was putting this together, and there it is there. So basically we've just got all our bow ties just all stamped in sort of like a brick wall sort of pattern there. I'll get rid of that. Cool. So you can see where we're going with this. That's actually going to pop on top of our real red like this. A bit like that. Okay, so just to make it a little bit, it's a little bit plain like that, I've just got a blank piece of Whisper White. I'm going to just stamp myself a little bow tie. You can probably see where this is going. And with my light and dark real red blends, or any sort of colouring, whatever your colouring of choice is, I'm going to just colour in that little bow tie. So the dark one, the dark real red, or the darker shade, I'm going to pop sort of where the artist has given us some folds and things that would be naturally in the shadows, like that, and like this. You can see some familiar names dropping on. Joanna, hi. Hope you will. Hope everyone's staying cool. It's nice and cool here in Tassie, but I know it's quite warm everywhere else. And Faye and Sally and Jenny and Glenda and Wendy. Thanks, guys. And Ilona. Hi, Ilona. And who else is there? Judy. Gosh, lots of names. Sonia. Glenda. Thanks, guys. I'll answer all your comments when I'm finished. After I put that up. So with the real one, the light real red, I'm just going to colour the rest. And you don't have to blend too much with these. It's quite nice to have the light and the dark next to each other. Just a little bit of blending so you don't get the sort of sharp divide. There we go. So we've got our little bow tie there in our red. Hopefully you can see that. It's a bit hard to tell where my camera is there. That's nice there. Okay, so we'll then cut that out with the dies. There are dies to match all those little images, and you get a little red bow tie, just like that one. So then we'll start our card, we'll layer it up. So we'll put our red first onto our card base. Like that. So we've got quite a large, well in my terms of quite a large border of white. It's quite like the white. It's sort of got a nice clean crisp feel to it against the red. And then we'll pop our slightly dirty on the back. You can tell I didn't clean my surface very well onto there. Make sure I've put the right way. Yep, the fold okay. So there we have our little brick wall of bow ties there, like that. Then what I'm going to do is bring in the bow tie that we have actually coloured and die cut, and just pick a bow tie to just overlap that with. And then we're going to attach that with some dimensionals. But first of all, I'm going to do the sentiment, and I'm going to use the You're the Best, the tiny little You're the Best from the set, this one here, You're the Best. Which is quite contrary. You're the best and you're one of the best. Oh, anyway, okay. You can tell that's worrying me, that one of the best. And I'm going to actually do that on real red cardstock, but I'm going to heat emboss it with white embossing powder. So you'll have the red with the white You're the Best on it. So hopefully look all right. So we'll get the You're the Best, wherever it happens to be. There we are, and pop that. I've got it's a 3/8 of an inch wide piece of real red, so it's quite small. It's like less than 1 centimetre wide, but just fits this quite nicely. I can tell straight away that that's not straight. Have to go up a little bit. That's better. So then I'll bring in my little, where's my little thingy? Oh, it's fallen down here. My little embossing powder catcher. Okay, so we'll bring in the heat gun, just forgive the noise for a second. Won't try and talk over it too much. There we are. Okay, so we've got that little just red little strip of thing with You're the Best on there. So what I'm going to do is banner that with my banner punch, which I've probably popped down somewhere yesterday when I was using it. Here it is. So I'm going to banner this end here just with my tailored tags punch. And then trim the other end a tad. Eek. There goes my scissors on the floor. I'll use these ones. Just cut the other end just there. Okay, and then I'm going to pop this little sentiment just down here, just there, and then we choose, so it's the reason I didn't put didn't put that on first because I wanted to choose which little bow tie I was going to cover over in relation to the sentiment. I think that's probably good. So we'll pop a bow tie on with a couple of standard dimensionals. So I'm going to cover that one. And then I'll get some little ones for this one. So I think this one's probably for a slightly younger dad, a bit more funky, or a brother who's that younger, sort of more contemporary. Although they'd all probably tell you, if they're my son's age, they'd tell you that bow ties are not cool. But some people think bow ties are cool. So there you go. So there's the front of that one. There's nothing sort of overly stand out, but I think the colours and the repetition makes it quite special, that one. You could actually, I might actually bring in my Stella, my Wink of Stella, and give that bow tie a little bit of sparkle. That would even make it more stand out. There we are. So that bow tie now, and it's a bit hard to pick it up in this light, but that bow tie now has a bit of sparkle to it. And we could put some rhinestones on there. I've got my rhinestones here. I'm making this up as I go along. You can tell, can't you? I've got my rhinestones, my basic rhine gems here. I might pop a couple of those on just to give it a little bit something extra. Questions where? I'm second guessing myself. I don't think actually I will. I was going to pop those on and then colour them with the blends, but no, I think it's enough. I think it's enough. Just the way it is. So you're the best. And inside you could put, with you're the best, you could put just about anything really. You could put that happy birthday again. You could put happy Father's Day. You could put thank you, because I suppose somebody could have done something nice for you and you're thanking them for it. So it could even be a thank you card, which is really, really sweet. Or the Father's Day. So I might just leave that blank and use it for an occasion coming up. There you go. So that is card number 2. And I told you it was going to be a quick video, and it's actually finished. So that's card number 2. Where's card number 1 gone? And that's card number 1. So we've used a little bit more of the set than just the dies. We've used the stamps and the sentiments as well. So you've seen a little bit more of this particular bundle when it comes available. As I say, it comes available to customers on the 5th of January. But if you join Stampin' Up either with my team or anyone's team, you can pop it into your pre-order and get it, or your starter kit or your pre-order, and get it from the 1st of December. If you live in Australia and you'd like to explore that possibility, just drop me a line. I'd be happy to talk you through that process. Okay, so that's all I wanted to do today. Remember, I have the 2 card classes available for December. Please, with Christmas coming, everything, please don't you leave that till the last minute if you'd like to participate in those classes. If you live in Hobart, I do actually have 1 class left at Christmas time, till between now and Christmas, which is actually the 11th of December, which is just a casual class. So I just throw the doors open on Friday afternoon and people will come and just make some cards, which will be nice. So if you, as I say, if you're in Hobart and you'd like to pop along, just let me know as well, just so I can prepare the kits and do some catering, just some light catering for the afternoon. So anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed those. As I say, if you wanted to grab the Celebration and mini catalogue for January to June, please drop me a line. I'll be happy to pop those in the mail for you. Or if you have a demonstrator, you know, ask them, because they will have them available as well. So thanks very much. I will see you all next weekend. Have a great week. Stay cool if you're in those hot parts of Australia at the moment, and stay well everywhere else. Thanks, guys.